Moving into some other random stories here, you're going to really love this one. If you thought that Republican from Colorado, that Buck dude's thing of, oh, we don't have enough evidence to get Joe Biden, that idiot. Look at this. Leftist San Francisco supervisor admits city has a homeless problem. But rather than blaming Democrats and their policies, what does he blame? Capitalism. I told you it's a theme. It's a theme of Democrats. There's a lack of personal responsibility. Look, there's a lack of personal responsibility on the Republican side of the aisle as well. But when it comes to Democrats, it is a whole nother magnitude of lack of personal responsibility. It's everybody else's fault. So I haven't read this. I just want to go through a little bit with you because I thought it had to be insane. There has to be some insane gems in here for us to laugh at. That's going to be just head spinning. As San Francisco continues to take heat for its growing homelessness and drug problem, at least one elected official blames capitalism for the crisis in his neighborhood. I gotta be careful here. I'm sure you could slowly hear my voice is going. My voice is slowly going. I'm trying not to cough into the mic. Look at this. Leftist supervisor Dean Preston, representing the city and county of San Francisco, acknowledged the homelessness problem in his neighborhood. Like, how are you not going to acknowledge it? You got homeless defecating in the streets, shooting up, the fentanyl crawls everywhere. Like, how it's everywhere. What do you mean? It made national news with the Chinese coming in. Come on. The Democratic Socialist oversees San Francisco's Tenderloin District, which is just going down the drain right here. It's notorious for its open-air drug markets. You heard that correctly. People might go, what the hell did you just say? Open-air drug markets, yes. Yeah, you can distribute drugs in your own way, sell them as you go, sell them as you please, and also here's a bunch of syringes for you to shoot up right here. It's a safe area. It's a safe space. They got retail theft. They got homeless encampments, which accounts for around half of the city's homeless population per a count of 2022 in that year. Quote, I think what you are seeing in the Tenderloin, am I saying that right? Tenderloin is absolutely the result of capitalism. And what happens in capitalism to the people at the bottom of the rungs? Oh, okay, yeah, it's all capitalism's fault. The biggest driver of why folks are on the street is because they lost their jobs, income, and were evicted from their homes, usually for not being able to pay rent. You guys want to know how insane this shit is? California didn't have anybody pay rent for years. For years. There's like a moratorium on it for like 2.5, 3 years. You didn't have to pay rent. Landlords are still struggling having people to fill in that back pay because Gavin Newsom came out and was like, you don't have to pay any rent. So what do you mean they couldn't pay their rent? Oh, they were just evicted. You know, they lost their jobs. But then Democrats are going to sit there and tout, well, we have the lowest job numbers in like 40 years. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. I'm sorry to cuss. It's insane. How about it's your policies, dude? How about you leftists don't know how to run anything, which is why every leftist ran area is a dumpster fire. And I really do mean that. A dumpster fire. It's a shithole. I'm sorry it is. I know people don't want to hear that language. There's actual human feces in San Francisco. When I say shithole, poop hole, whatever you want. I know you might not like the language of me cussing. Dump, poop, fecal matter, feces, caca, doo-doo, whatever you want it to be called. It is. By definition, it freaking is. They have a poop app. And I've covered this long before Ron DeSantis ever stood on that podium. And those that are longtime viewers of the Ball Brad Show, we're getting our pats on the back because we showed that image a long time ago of that poop app where the entire city of San Francisco is browned out. So it is a bleep hole. It really is. 1 second, folks. 1 second. I'm making it through my show. I'm okay. Some of you might be asking, Brad, are you okay? I'm okay. We're making it through. We need to do a show, folks. This stuff's important. But this dude is creating a bleep storm down there, both metaphorically and physically. Preston also criticized the city for arresting people. Oh, here we go. They're arresting people for using drugs in broad daylight, arguing that San Francisco's approach. Oh my God. I told you there's going to be freaking gems in here. Oh, God. Oh, you can't make this up. Only dumb leftists could say stuff like this and get away with it. Holy crap. Are you guys in here with me? Are you guys here with me on this? Look at that. This dude criticized the city for arresting people who were using drugs in broad daylight. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, well, I blame people for murdering people in broad daylight. You got to let them do what they're going to do. Arguing that San Francisco's approach to the issue has been inconsistent. The city reported a record of drug overdoses in August, as 84 people died from overdoses in the month. I'm not laughing at people ODing. That is serious. I am laughing at the fact that this dude thinks it's inconsistent and inappropriate to arrest people using drugs in broad daylight after the fact of you're breaking records for overdoses, and that maybe you're saving lives by arresting people so they don't continue to do drugs in broad daylight and overdose. I'm not going to make it through this. There's no way. So they died of overdoses in the month, equating to about 5 deaths every 2 days. San Francisco is on pace to hit more than 800 drug overdoses in 2023, which would pass the record set in 2020. Holy lordy. This is what this dude had to say furthermore. I think it's completely counterproductive to be arresting people for doing drugs. Preston said, like, what's the objective? You can't make it out. Are you serious, dude? Oh, God, I'm crying. I'm so sorry, you guys. You're probably thinking this guy's insane. This is insane. I think it's completely counterproductive to be arresting people for doing drugs. And he goes on. He says, what's the objective? He's totally serious. That's a great... He's totally serious. He's freaking sad. Probably beat red right now. I'm so sorry. Oh, yeah. What's the objective? I don't know, man. How about not exacerbating the problem that's going on in your city? How about you don't have your 800 drug overdoses that you're on track for? Maybe that being an objective to save lives. That might be a good way to start. I told you they're idiots, you guys. I told you. I know you know this, but they're idiots. And I said it from the beginning. Hand to God, I did not read this beforehand. There just had to be gems. When you have somebody that idiotic saying that crazy thing in just the title alone, you know there's going to be something good in here. This is so on par with that one episode that was our #1 viewed video in 2023 about the left's policies of what they want to implement to stop these smash and grabs. And no joke, one of the policies was they wanted to put these people in kiosks that the robbers that were basically ransacking the store would input their information into the kiosk and accept mental health. If you haven't seen that video, it's wild. It's so this is on par with it. This is on par with it. What's the objective, you guys? Sayers pressed Preston on how the issue could be resolved if he's against enforcing laws against homelessness encampments and drug use in the city. Quote, the thing is, it has gotten worse, right? Because the approach that we've taken is very inconsistent as a city, Preston responded. Ramping up enforcement activities, whether it's sweeps of homeless people or drug use, doing a series of arrests, using timed with some new cycles, and then a few days later, a few weeks later, a few months later, the same thing happens. Preston also wants to take more money away from the city's police department. Oh, Jesus Christ, it just keeps getting worse. Saying that he would cut $100 million out of a very bloated budget. Holy shit, man. I mean, when you think you couldn't get worse, it does. Oh, we got rampant crime. Malls are closing down. Businesses are fleeing. It's like, no, we need less police. I shouldn't be surprised. Why shouldn't we let people use drugs? We should let them use drugs. Why should we make it illegal? What's wrong with homelessness? What's wrong with murder? What's wrong with people ODing in the streets? It's not a big deal. We should leave them alone. And then people vote for this guy, dude. People straight up voted for this stuff and they continue to vote for it. Holy crap. Well, there's that one for you, folks. I am genuinely, I say this a lot, but I am genuinely curious on what the hell you guys thought about this article. This is some wild stuff. It's not satire. This is some real stuff. You would think it'd be satire 10 years ago, but this is real. So there's a knucklehead for you right there. Blames capitalism. Holy crap. I didn't think it was that good. That might be the best article of the day. That might be the best segment of the day right there.
I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Bald Brad Show. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all our future content.